Hey everyone, it's Mike and Joey, and we are actually coming to you virtually. Mike is at the Great Fox Realty headquarters, and I'm at home here, so working out of the home office. What crazy times we're in right now. Man, it's prompted us to be creative, do some things we normally wouldn't do, right? Such as not be side by side when we're doing our monthly video.
Hey Joey, got a high five for me?
High five, air fives.
There you go. You're to my left, so you gotta go the other way. There we go.
Yeah, so in times like this, sometimes all we can do is be silly and lighten it up a little bit, because there's some heavy feelings and things like that going on. But we're goofballs, so we're gonna try and make a little bit more enjoyable and have some fun, with where we are. So.
Yeah, we'd love to brighten up your day as well as brighten up our own in the process. It's great.
Absolutely. And Mike's going to love this, but I broke out more of a Clemson orange bandana because, in the absence of a mask, I'll be bandaning. And there's some creative ways on, what is that website, Pinterest or whatever, where you can actually use this and have little bands to make a mask. And I did learn that somebody actually puts peppermint or lavender in there that is an antibacterial kind of killer. So at least that's what they said. I don't know. I saw it on the news. Could be fake. I don't know.
Yeah. So all good tips. I mean, everybody, we want, to take a brief moment just to say we hope that everybody in your family is safe and healthy, and that you guys are doing your part. We're trying to do our part to bend this curve and slow the growth of this thing. So we hope that everybody that's listening and watching is all safe.
Absolutely. One of the big questions, that Mike and I have been getting a lot, especially in the last, couple of weeks is, are you still working, and what's happening, in the market and things like that. So Mike, what is our standard answer for that?
Well, officially the governor, his last order says that real estate is still deemed an essential need. There's three staples for sustaining life: food, water, and shelter. So we've always been proud to be in the business that provides one of those three staples, and we have been working. But I think we've been, as we've always been, a little bit innovators in our business. We're now re-innovating some of the things we do, and we're trying to go a little bit virtual, right?
Absolutely. So, in terms of processes and things like that, we are a process-driven company to begin with. And, we have put some steps into place to help protect us, protect you, our clients, you, our friends, we're touring your homes, and, everybody around us. So to keep our environment safe and do, as you said, Mike, do our part. So we do have a couple of infographics that are on our Facebook page that you can check out, and they're also going to be up on our webpage, and we'll be posting them anywhere we can to let people know what our processes are, in terms of keeping everyone safe around us, as well as conducting business. I want to say as usual, but there's nothing usual about what we're going through here. So
certainly. And so not only are we changing, but we've talked to a lot of our vendors, people that you have to engage with to buy or sell real estate, and we're getting their input as we create a whole system of how you can have minimal contact and still buy or sell real estate. So great example of this earlier last week was we did our first ever in-home consult over video, and it was a FaceTime call, and the homeowner walked us through his entire house, showing us the upgrades and everything. So those are all the kinds of things that we're going to be doing. Minimal contact is our goal. We've got new listings coming up, and we want to share all of that stuff. We'll have some links in the bottom of this text, but you don't always have to get into the house to show it or see it, right? We've invested in 360 cameras, which we had them before. We want to be able to get the prospective buyer into the house without actually physically being in it. We've even offered our own time to be out there and actually taking some of this 360 data, because we have the camera, and recording that and sending it out to the client, right? So they can watch and see what it'd be like to walk through this new house. So,
Yeah. One of the things that I really love about that 360 camera is because when you look at it, one of our listings, on Zillow or, somewhere like that, the advantage, just being able to take your finger, go up, down, side to side, be able to really take in the whole room that you're in. And so that's, again, as Mike said, that's just one of the ways that we've been doing it all along. And now we're looking at that process, and we're even working to enhance that process and how to make that better for the consumer and for our clients. So.
Yeah, even if you've got, the latest, most of these are video gamers, so you can probably borrow it from some of your teenagers, but right, where you can do the virtual reality thing and look at the house, and then when you turn left or turn right, you're seeing the house, the left side of the room and whatever. So we're in that technology, we're in that space, and we're utilizing it. So we're trying to not over technify the situation so that the user experience suffers. But if you've got that tech, we're going to be ready for you. So
let's talk about kind of do a real estate state of the union as we know it, right? Where we are today. And so one of the big questions, that we get is, are you still working? And, we covered that a little bit here, in some of our process and virtually and things like that. But let's talk about, what does the market say about still working? Is the market still working? Not just us, but how's the market working?
Yeah, I will tell you, statistics, and one of our vendors is a nationwide company, and so they have data nationwide of what's going on, and that company does our showings. They schedule all of our showings for our listings, correct? So we're able to glean data from them and see exactly where we are in the number of showings, just the sheer volume of showings, right? Not offers, not contracts, but just showings, because without showings, you don't usually get anything else, correct? So, and that company, by the way, is doing a great job of staying on the forefront of being virtual. They've even got a place where we can go in and post links to tour our properties virtually. But as far as the data, I looked at this data yesterday, and we were 62% off in showing volume from this time 1 year ago. And so that's in the peak season of spring and all that. We're down even from where we were in January, and we're only down about 30% there. And the other balance of that 62% is where we should have been, accelerating as the spring market heats up. So 62% sounds really bad. To give you a comparison though, North America as a whole is more like 85% down in showing volume. So, and that's just from, one vendor's data source, but they're pretty large. They're one of the biggest in their business.
So if you currently have a home on the market, or if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, and we always say now is still a good time to do so, right? Because we're working with data that we actually know, and we draw the data from what's happened in the past, not necessarily in the future. So when we're looking at those numbers, we're going, okay, this is where we've been historically. But if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, or you're currently listed, don't be discouraged that your home may not have any showings in the last couple of weeks. There's a lot that has happened, in our world, in our society, in our communities, and hyper locally, in the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of changes in terms of what we can and we can't do. And, there's a lot of people that are, just saying, hey, I like what I see, but I'm not ready to step outside and go in and take a look at it. Don't be discouraged. Mike and I have always said there's a butt for every seat, right? And it only takes one person, whether it's virtually or whether it's, physical showing that they actually get into the house. It only takes one, to fall in love with your home. And if you've done everything you can to present your home well, and we've done our job, then that one, they're out there. So just don't be discouraged. It's going to take a little bit more time right now because we're dealing with just some unknowns. But there is that butt for your seat.
Yeah. And sorry, I was looking away but just that prompted me to pull up a real live data. So I just ran a report of the last 6 days, so April basically, because we're recording this on the 7th. So going back to April 1st, how many homes in all of Williamson County have gone under contract? Because we're talking about that the showings are down, but wouldn't you like to know what the positive side of this news is, right? 48 homes went under contract with contingencies, meaning they're still showing it, 48, and another approximately 40 that are under contract, no longer taking showings. So a total of, there was around 88 properties that we had there in Williamson County in the last 6 days under contract.
That's a good number.
All price points. I mean, I saw price points up to 1.3 in there, and I saw price points down to 250, which is, those are the ones that are going to go quick anyway, right? So
yeah,
good information. I hope you guys appreciate and understand that it's not all doom and gloom, right?
No.
If there's 88, that means a buyer was ready to buy and a seller was ready to sell even last week.
Absolutely. Another bit of good news is that we were looking at the numbers for Gray Fox Realty and just wanted to get a feel for, how have we been doing and, how have our clients been doing by, engaging with Gray Fox Realty. And so I was excited to see that, since we started our company less than 3 years ago, we've actually helped our clients save $1.7 million in commission dollars. So that's money that they didn't pay out, that they got to keep themselves. And as we like to call that, keep the
equity.
Absolutely. Keep the equity. So, and that's on average, there's, per unit, it's averaging out to be about $13,000 in savings per unit sold. So I'm excited, man. That means that there's a lot of people out there that, have bigger pockets and fuller pockets than they might have had, doing something different. So
yeah, Gray Fox Realty is it's saving people a lot of money. It's a good feeling.
So what do you say, Mike? Should we shoot for 2.5 million by the end of this year? And everybody out there, can you help us?
Yeah, that's awesome. I would love to hit 2.5 in 2020. And right now people need it, right? I mean, there's a lot of crunch in the economic world right now too, right? You could definitely use an extra 13,000 on average in your pocket to do something with.
Absolutely. Some other great news is in the last 2 weeks, we've actually listed a couple of properties too. So again, we are working, we just have found creative ways to do so. So we've got a great new listing in Carolina Close subdivision in Franklin, and it's right there at Macatcher and Spencer Creek. And that one went up last week, and it's beautiful. I mean, absolutely gorgeous setting and very convenient location to Cool Springs and to downtown Franklin, and has a great tree-lined backyard. Imagine, sipping coffee on the back porch and having a good time back there. So we also just listed one over in Taproot Farms. And this one here is, if you think about a model home, it's what, 2 years old, right, Mike?
Yeah, it's just around 2 years old. Yeah, and that place is beautiful. The decor is phenomenal.
Yep. So and then we have a couple of listings, one in Stag's Leap, which is absolutely gorgeous too. I mean, that one there, I can imagine, especially after these past couple of days and being quarantined, being out back, overlooking the pool. And then behind that, you have, this huge open space that is just yours. I mean, it's owned by the HOA, and you can just sit out back there and take it all in while, getting hot and taking a dip in your pool.
Oh yeah, that's just an excellent location for a nice staycation, which everybody needs right now.
Very much so. Staycation. Yeah, we can't travel, so why not travel to our backyard, right?
Yeah, and then another listing we've got is the one in Falls Grove. I believe it's the biggest lot in Falls Grove. We were one of the first people to help them buy that one in there. So we got a 0.8 acre lot, but it's in a subdivision, which is very unusual to get a 0.8 acre lot. The rest of the lots in there are under half an acre.
I was amazed. I know you had been in the house several times prior and, helped them buy the house, right?
Mhm.
Uh, I was amazed at the size of that kitchen. If you like to
Oh,
entertain and have people over, this kitchen is enormous and a monster island. I mean, there's going to be plenty of room for everybody, their brothers, their sisters, and you name it. There's plenty of room in this house for them.
yeah,
So.
certainly. And that house, another great feature is 2 bedrooms on the main floor. So you can have that in-law suite style lifestyle or multi-generational living. And then the master bedroom has that extra bump off with the gazebo style sitting room. So it's a really cool house.
Awesome. Well, the newsletter this week is about being outside and doing some gardening. There's some tips in our newsletter to help you get outside and do your social distancing while working in the yard. And again, it's about doing things you probably love to do, or maybe doing things that you don't normally do, but you have nothing else to do. So you want to get outside and do some work. And, we're not encouraging you to go out and get the stuff, because these places, a lot of them will have either pickup where you can just drive up, you can order online and pick stuff up, put it in your car and you get home. Or they may even have, free delivery or low cost delivery to your house. So there's
Yeah.
going to be plenty of options for you to be outside and enjoying this incredible weather.
Yeah, those are great tips. Take advantage of a lot of that stuff. I mean, the delivery services are going to help a lot so that we can keep people safer at home, they say. So
Yep.
that's all good advice. You want to go over the actual real estate stats now, Joey, and talk about, I can show those really quick because they're pretty much flat. They're all good numbers. But what's really interesting is they just don't represent what's going on today, because they're representing what happened pretty much in February to turn into March closings. And everything was on this trajectory, right? This was going to be a stellar real estate year, don't you think?
Absolutely. I know it was for us. We've been guns blazing ever since the first of the year. And so, yeah, let's hear about these numbers. I mean, from what you were telling me, and again, this is uncharted territory. And I mean, there's just wild stuff happening. So tell us more.
Yeah, so inventory just dropped the smallest amount to 3.1 months of inventory. Median sales price bumped a little to 520 where it was 518. Days on market is coming back down again to under 105. Franklin had very similar numbers to that as well. So we'll have in the video, I'll overlay the actual image so you can see those numbers and share them if you will with people. But like I said, they're just a good representation that the year was going directly to the upper right corner. And after March 11th, everything has slightly changed. So when we get next month's data, we'll really have a good idea if these numbers get a little wonky on us and we see a lot more red on here instead of all green.
Thanks, Mike, for that update. Yeah, we're, again, I've been telling Mike now for the last couple of weeks since, this whole virus thing, started. I'm going, okay, it's probably going to slow down for a minute, but I have a feeling, I don't know why, I just have this feeling that the second half of this year, it is going to be on fire again. So I hope I'm right. And I hope I'm right for our sake, but I hope I'm right for our clients and everybody out there who's considering a move, this year.
Yeah, and I think one thing that supports that is I pulled another graph, and I can throw these in the video and the email as well. But the number of pending sales right now at the end of March is almost as high as like 2018's peak of season. So in 2018, the peak number was just over probably 1,800 units, and we're right at 1,750 in all of Williamson County. And the summer's not here yet. So that I think is what's going to help this thing just rebound really quick, because these pending sales are going to pull all the inventory off the market, right? Even if there's not any new buyers, those pendings are going to consume the inventory that's showing up as available today. And then the new listings, The amount of new listings on the market as of the end of March looks like it's a duplicate of 2019. So people are still listing their homes. So I think all of those things are going to be good and help, like Joey said, when we could get back to more of a business as usual and the stay-at-home orders are lifted, it's going to pick right up like it never left off, and probably even more so. And everybody will be really busy and probably running to get to the homes, right? It'll probably be a dash to some of these properties to make sure you can get it before somebody else.
Again, I hope we're right, and it's going to be exciting either way. And we've been hearing this a lot on the news. We've been hearing it, from a variety of different places, but we are in this together, and our goal at Gray Fox Realty is to partner with each and every one of you to, have a successful real estate transaction, but also be there when you need us. So if you have somebody that you've got questions, or it's coming up in a Zoom call or something like that they're toying around with moving, definitely think of us. We have processes in place. We want to utilize them, and we want you to benefit from it. We want you to be part of that 2.5 million by the end of this year, right? We are excited about what we do, and we want you to be part of it with us.
Yeah, right now, Jerry and we feel like we're working just as many hours and hard in the day as we have been before. We're just not meeting as many people face to face, a lot more calls. So we welcome phone calls. If you are watching this and want to chat or talk real estate,
or
you can do that. We're talking. We want to get talking to people, and we have the time to do that. And we love sharing what we know about real estate with our friends and family. So,
well, absolutely. Well, that's it for me, Mike. Do you have anything else?
Nope. Just to wish everyone a happy Easter, because happy Easter. Well, by the time a lot of people see this, it may already be past Easter, but Easter's coming up this weekend.
It is, absolutely. And so take a minute, check out the links below. And then like I said, if you have any questions, give us a ring. We want to talk.
Please share this video with as many people as you know that are in the Williamson County market that want to talk real estate. I think giving them the right information may relieve some of their anxieties too. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Ciao for now.